Right, hi everyone, Chris here, 2E0UKH. Just picked up this little Baofeng T1 radio. Took a couple of weeks to come in the post, and it was £15 off eBay, and it came with a standard programming charging cable. Now this caused confusion. I thought it was a programming cable, but it wouldn't work. I thought it was the software. So it was me being confused. I went and bought a proper Baofeng T1 cable, and I've got that here. And you'll see, unlike other Baofengs, it has a mini USB. Mini USB like on an Android phone. So you've got to get the proper cable, because you cannot program it with just the radio. You have to do it with a computer. So this is the radio, Baofeng T1, otherwise known as a BF 9100. Now, using this radio for, an hour or so, this is just my initial findings. It's the transmit button is a bit hard to press. You get used to it. I found myself keying up and it wasn't actually transmitting. And the volume is an up-down job. There's no volume knob. So I found it, even on the lowest volume, I found it far too loud. So it's a bit annoying in that way. But that's a minor thing. It's only a cheap radio. So it's got, just go through the functions, the buttons and that. On the front you've got the aerial at the top, flashlight on the top. That's the power button in the middle there. That's the on-off power button. On the side you've got transmit with an SOS button below it, the orange one. On the right you've got headphones, microphone. It won't take the standard Kenwood type adapter. When you open this up, there's just one socket. 3.5, like a headphone socket, but it's a headphone and mic combined. Works with the, I've got a supplied, sure I've got an earpiece with it. Got that in the box. So all your Baofeng stuff won't work with it. On the bottom you've just got USB under here. So on the front of the radio you haven't got a numeric keypad. You've just got a menu button in the top left, which is a key lock as well. I'll just show you the quick things on the menu. They disappear off the screen very quickly, so I'll just go through them and I won't say them. I'll make sure you can read it. So that's back to menu 1. And it's got 16 channels you can program in with the software. And you've got the up and down here. That acts as the up and down channel selector, as well as the up and down volume, which is a bit fiddly. You've got a torch button there, bottom left torch, FM radio button in the top right, and a monitor and volume button there. So to turn the volume up you just tap it once, and then you've got this stupid up and down thing. But on the lowest volume I think it's a bit too loud. You can't select really quiet volumes on it, which is a bit annoying. So that's about it really. It's got this built-in aerial, you can't remove it. And I have had a few contacts on it. I'll just see if anyone's listening on one of the repeaters. (2E0 UKH) listening on my node. (2E0 UKH) listening. If anyone can come back to me, just doing a test. (2E0 UKH) just doing a test of this Baofeng T1 radio.
UKH 2E0 KORs. You're working, Chris, no problem. No problem at all. Audio's lovely, okay?
Yeah, many thanks for coming back. I did ask someone earlier. I'm just shooting a little video here, but that video was no good. The lighting wasn't very good, so I've had to redo it. So, yeah, thanks for the good audio report. It's one of these tiny Baofengs, a T1, very new radio. Back to you.
Yeah, no problem, Chris. It's Lee from Ollerton, over.
Yeah, hello Lee, lovely to speak to you. I'd recognise the call sign, but I thought you were someone else. I know exactly who you are. I just got you mixed up with someone else who's on All Star. So, like I say, I'm just shooting a video, so I won't say too much. Is it okay if I use you in the video? You'll see it on the usual groups.
Yeah, no problem at all, Chris. Yeah, it works well, that little T100. I'm just using a little Baofeng 81M888S's. That's what I'm using at the minute. Just bought a pair to try, but yeah, you're working fine. No problem at all, Chris. And good luck with your video.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a Baofeng T1. It's a T1. It's a very, very tiny little Baofeng, a 1 watt UHF FM radio with a built-in antenna that can't be removed. It's looks a bit like them PD 365s, you know, the really tiny DMR ones. So it's ideal for a node. Anyway, 7.3. I don't want it to be too long, and thanks for the QSO, mate.
No problem at all, Chris, no problem at all. 2 Echo 0, Kilo Oscar Romeo, now going clear. 7.3, Chris, bye-bye.
Yeah, 7.3, 2E0 UKH, going clear as well. Cheers. So, nice little QSO there. Turn the volume down. That should be no audio at all. But, you know, that was just on one dot, on one mark on the display. So if you want to use it in a quiet situation, you know, I wouldn't like to use this one. Anyway, this is just an initial video how I got on with it. So only had it an hour or so, and just messing about with it. If you stand by, you'll see a little video how I programmed it using the software and programming cable, all on Windows 10 64-bit. Okay, 7.3 2E0 UKH. Right, so this is just a quick video showing how I set up the software on the Baofeng T1 UHF FM 1 watt transceiver. Tiny little Baofeng. You can't program the radio just with the radio, you have to do it with computer software. It's got 16 channels, and you can put some UHF frequencies and repeaters in. And I'm running Windows 10 64-bit. I'll include these two files in the description below. It's the driver, the prolific driver 3.200, and the 9100 English setup software. That's caused a bit of confusion. This radio is called a T1, but it's not called the T1 software, so a lot of people couldn't find the software. So I'll install the driver. Just say yes to everything. Install the driver. Install the software. Haven't got the radio connected yet. Very, very primitive, simple software. Very easy to use. So the driver's in, the software is in. I'm now going to connect the radio by USB. Radio's switched on. USB cables in. So I've installed the software, and I've got this icon here, 9100. Whenever installing software, always check it reads from the radio before you try and use it. So that's good, it works. Now the confusion I had initially was this radio comes with a with a charging cable only, and it looks like an Android. It's a mini USB type connector on one end, USB on the other, and I thought it was a programming cable, and I kept getting loads of errors and COM port conflicts, and it was just a nightmare. You know, this radio can only be programmed with a proper Baofeng cable, which I've now ordered and got, and I'm using, but very confusing. You know, the radio took 2 or 3 weeks to come, and then I found out the cable didn't work because they hadn't, it wasn't included. So I then ordered a proper T1 cable, which took 2 or 3 weeks to come from some Ching Chong Chinese warehouse. It was only £5, you know, so it would have been much better to get it with the radio. So I've established it's now reading from the radio. Now I have used this before, and in the radio I have one repeater here on channel 1. So very primitive software. I'm just going to go and put in my local repeater just to show you how you put a repeater in. So on channel 2 I'm going to put in my local repeater, which is GB3CI. So I'm just going to get all the details off my phone. I know what they are, I just don't want to make an error. I'm just going in my local repeater book software on my phone. Right, I want UHF repeaters, and I'm looking for GB3CI. Right, I've got it in front of me. Right, so I'm going to program in channel 2, 43825. There's no receive tone on this one. Transmit frequency is plus 7.6, so Just going to do that on the calculator. I mean, I know what it is, I just want to make sure it's correct. $438,425. So I've got receive frequency, transmit frequency, and the transmit tone to open it. 77. Got it on wide. You can have wide and narrow. You can add it to the scan, so when you press scan it will stop on any activity. And you've got loads of options here, just go through them quickly. You've got squelch levels, vox levels, talk out timer. I'll set that to 3 minutes. Battery saver. You've got an FM radio. Quite surprising, on a UHF only, you've got an FM radio. You can have high and low power. It doesn't look like you can assign high and low power to the individual channels. So I'm mainly going to use this as a node radio, so I'm going to leave it on low power. It's 1 watt, half a watt or 1 watt. You've got a tail eliminate on and off, busy lock, key tip, not sure what that is, language, English or Chinese, English, relay, not sure what that is. There is an actual relay channel here. You can set a channel just for relay, another channel for emergency, as well as all the other channels. Backlight. I'll keep it on sustain, keep it on all the time. Scan mode. Yeah, I think the scan's best. You've got FM radio, 76 to 108. So you can change it for different countries. Timer tip. Anyway, so it's a very basic setup, which will suit a lot of people. So I've got it programmed in with my new repeater. Program that to the radio. Nice and quick. Hope I haven't just turned on that Chinese voice. Anyway, so I think I might have done that by accident. Yep, so that's now programmed up. Just going to pull the wire out. Just going to test it works on a repeater. 2E0 UKH, just doing a demo of a Baofeng T1. Right, so I'm opening the repeater, just checking anyone can hear me. 2E0 UKH on a Baofeng T1 UHF mini radio. Anyway, I'm opening up the repeater.
Signal loud and clear, Mike 0 Oscar Mike Tango.
Mike 0, Oscar Mike Tango 2, Echo 0, Uniform Kilo Hotel. Yeah, thanks for coming back to me. I'm just programming up a tiny little T1 Baofeng UHF radio. Is the audio okay?
Well, sounding cheesy, it sounds absolutely beautiful. No problem whatsoever. If I sound as good as that, then all the good, I guess. Yeah, I don't know the radio, but it sounds very, very nice.
Yeah, okay, thanks, that's great. It's a new Baofeng, very tiny, UHF only. It only does a watt, but it's only £15, and it's a nice tiny one to use as a node radio. Look it up on the internet. It's a Baofeng T1. Okay, thanks for the report. I'm just recording a little video of it working, if that's okay.
Yeah, 2E0 UKHM0OMT. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Like I say, it sounds absolutely fantastic. I shall take a look at it on Google. Name is Stuart. I'm up in Tynan. We are Newcastle upon Tyne.
Okay, Stuart, thanks for coming back to me and just demonstrating the audio. The audio is very good. It doesn't go very quiet, just for the video. I'll just say I've got it on minimum volume and it's a bit too loud for me. It's not like a volume knob, it's an up and down job, and it's on the lowest possible and it's a bit loud. Anyway, minor thing. Anyway, 7.3, thanks for the QSO.
My pleasure. Do enjoy your evening. 7.3 and 0
Yep, 7.3, 2E0 UKH. Yeah, well, I hope that picked it up okay. Quite pleased with that. Nice tiny little radio for my node. But it's no good, you can't program it from the radio, so bear that in mind. Okay, that's the programming part and testing over. 7.3.